hard to mess up some of the setup here for Dplus. And if you think you can play this matchup confidently enough, if you can walk that tightrope, don't overextend, track the enemy jungler, keep an eye on where Willer is at all times, because he wants to be winning the bottom lane because they don't have a range support down there. He needs to be focused there. You can generate a significant lead, get your ult quest online faster. And then the Ambessa is going to be your primary form of hard engage here to set up the Jhin. The Ignite take here does not really end up working out in their favor. It's not a horrible scenario for them, but it's definitely not a favorable one either. And so as a result, we are going to see tons of lane control here. In fact,
oh, the flash forward there from KIA as they do manage to get the first blood. KIA will sacrifice himself for it as Deadly Flourish is just walked away from. As Smash in melee range with Andil is not exactly what he wants to do. Flashes eventually in order to get out of the way, but Andil taking that one up. That doesn't exactly give him combat power here in this lane, as Smash really wanted to walk a little bit faster. So he will have those shoots now collected.
Top lane, Willer has a potential angle here.
Yeah, but another anchor is going to connect. Andil just threads the needle, and Smash is so dead. Jiwoo going to be able to pick that one up.
And this is the problem with losing that flash on the Jhin in the exchange at the end there. That flash is so much that comes as a result of it as well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with Siwoo's early tempo teleport to grab a longsword, he had it back a second time, and now Rich has level 6 advantage. Well, he's going to use it.
Yeah, that is going to be Siwoo taking a lot here from Rich, but he's still got 200 health. Actually goes back in, which is kind of insane, as he flashes to get out of the way of the assumed shuriken.
That was crazy.
Yeah, the fact that he flashed preemptively, as good magical journey there from KIA. Smash still moving forward, wanting to find an angle here as Lucid and ShowMaker are making their way down. Flash out from Lucid there to avoid the shockwave, which doesn't actually connect. Empress Divide now onto 2 as Willer flashes, but he's still going to die. It's the Bard getting another one as Andil likely to go down next, and Jiwoo will be shut down by Smash. ShowMaker still on full health after he eats some of that honey fruit, and DK, guess what, Wolf? They found a team fight win.
So they can play a little bit more aggressively. Now Lucid's going to try to take this bottom side prio here and look for a blue steal.
Yeah.
Invade, I should say.
As KIA has swept things out, Hook is going to connect immediately onto him, wants to take that magical journey, and he might be able to do so, but I still think he's dead, as Willer can just take it as well, and you can see a little bit frustrated in the player cams there on for KIA.
Of course, so no real escape for KIA, who was flashless, stayed a little bit too long.
All right. Jiwoo fighting against Smash once again, but taking that burst as there's the curtains. Jiwoo looking for an angle here, does try to get out, and the Valkyrie will be able to do so. As stuck between a rock and a hard place here, ladies and gentlemen, as Jiwoo kind of realizing he's trying to work out what he can do. Flash is available for both of them, and there it is. Smash just needs one more, and there it is! Through the barrier, says the 4th bullet. No worries there at all.
I think Jiwoo should have barriered the previous bullet and flashed, and maybe, I don't know, there's not really much you could do in that scenario, but he waited till the last possible second. The damage is real on the 4th shot, though, and that barrier isn't enough.
Yeah, that was just a little bit sad. Like, you saw it, Jiwoo was like, well, I mean, if I go the other direction, I'm dead. As Jiwoo's going to get locked up into the air. In goes Willer, looking to try and take him down, and they will be able to grab that kill. Andil just very comfortably as well, and with Lucid having no ultimate, maybe there's going to be an opportunity there. Shock Blast does go wide, as Rich taking a bit of damage and electrocute here is now KIA face checking. Not sure about that one, but it's Willer that's taking the brunt of this. Deadly Flourish from Smash as he's looking for a flank angle. As we know the Lucid doesn't have the public execution, but DRX members are getting so low, and the Cosmic Binding connects onto Jiwoo. He's in melee range, and now he is dead as ShowMaker looks to get out of there and will be able to do so, but now the stun lands onto Willer as well. Cosmic Binding after the flash is going to miss though, and Smash just needs a little bit more for that bullet. Andil read him like a book as there's the curtains being called yet again. As Smash just really wanting to try and take down Willer, but thankfully there is a big daddy in the way.
Smash is like, maybe he's not blocking for him. Let's check and
yeah,
see.
Exactly. He's like, maybe he'll just like walk early, you know, because he's a fog of war.
Maybe, you never know. Did not happen in this case. Is Rich going to go for another all-in here?
Yeah, there's a slicing maelstrom onto Siwoo. He's going to try and turn it as best he can. Does get the boot back, and down goes Rich. But man, it was so close.
Yeah, a bit of a coin flip on that one in terms of how close it was. I thought Rich had it calculated with the stun coming through, but he did not have. So watch this. This is from the perspective of Siwoo, as in live, another all-in the bottom lane.
Yeah, in the meantime, even more happening, but let's have a look at it. The stun came down and gets the boot back, and the put in the works auto attack to take him down, and yeah, that'd be my reaction as well. An objective themselves, they can get the setup and the flanks, then it can work, and otherwise they want to avoid that sort of front-to-back team fight. The turn is not necessarily as good, and I kind of like it. The identification of what this composition can do as Tempered Fate to turn off this turret. Rich just has to get out of there with the Lightning Rush. Not too much more going to come of it, but the Rift Herald does go over to Dplus. That's their time.
Do get the first turret on the bottom side of the map, though, for Jiwoo, and he picks up a ton of money and actually picks up a gold lead because of it.
Big one, too.
So Dplus, you know, they decided we're going to play through the side lane top side. Took a lot longer, though, to do it, and because of the bottom side control that Willer had, like, they pushed Siwoo out of the lane, got the turret, and they're going to pick up a dragon here.
Whoa! Flash Depth Charge does come on through as the public execution. I don't know whether he really wanted to go that way as Lucid flashes and dies. And the Drake is taken on the other side. DRX with multiple wins across the map.
And maybe even potentially more here.
Yeah. Remember, Jiwoo took down the turret. And so Siwoo is likely just dead as well. The flash is also employed, but it's not going to save him, and Jiwoo gets another kill. He may have died 4 times, but he's starting to make some money.
I mean, this game has second dragon. They got first turret. Rich has freedom in the top lane now as well with Siwoo dead. They are just winning everywhere, and it's a massive swing. Now the gold is dead even.
Yep. Teleport does come on through, as you can see the Tempered Fate not able to stop Rich from going home. And so he does get that teleport out of there. A bigger cooldown to be employed, but does keep himself alive, and that is certainly good news. ShowMaker for him to pick up his Manamune, as he's very, very close to max stacks for the Muir Mana as well. As another anchor is going to connect onto Korea. He's taking a lot of damage, has to flash to get himself out. Magical Journey, a very short one, as the curtains have now been called. Jiwoo is now having Smash in point-blank range. Doesn't exactly get to use all of these, as there's a great shockwave onto Lucid to take him out. Finally, he kills the Ambassador with that ability, as Jiwoo realizes the rest of his team's here, and DK are not, and DRX win a team fight as well.
I thought ShowMaker was signed for multiple years here for Dplus. Thought he's the showmaking, playmaking maker, but he's just not showing up to these scraps. He's not showing up to these skirmishes at all to stand in the side lane, and they need him. He's the major gold lead. He's the big threat. He's the one who can split these fights up with Emperor's Divide, and he is just AFK in this one. Yeah. I'm not to blame him, because the win con for them is to split, is to get the Azir fed, use that side lane win con, but he doesn't have grubs, so it's taking a little bit longer. And this fight,
and Jiwoo was there, and Rich wasn't. And so the fact that Dplus lost yet another kill, and it wasn't exactly a man advantage or anything like that for DRX, it was just the fact that the money was not there for DK. So they're going to have to fix it. And DK, after, you know, figuring things out in the early game, they won that early skirmish, got a little complacent. And if you're a DK fan, you'll understand that's happened before. She was just really dead. Rich just finds him, presses R, and down goes the Jace.
This Jace is a very fragile pick, and it is not safe.
And not able to take the turret
look
down.
Look at the map, though. I mean, they get the charge, but Ucal looks like he's going to get a whole turret, and they don't get the turret in mid lane, and they don't have a play here.
Well, Hook going to connect onto ShowMaker as he gets knocked up. Tempered Fate to keep him safe. As now Lucid looking for an angle. Flash out of the way from Andil to avoid the deadly flourish. And that is just going to be disengaged here from DRX as the Drake is going to come up. It would be soul point for DRX. But control of the area belongs to Dplus at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to take him a while, though. Rich going in.
Yeah, Ghostblade.
I mean, Ucal has his ultimate at the ready here. This could be absolutely a favorable fight for DRX. Ucal has the time to come back in. Got an extra rod.
Well, in goes Siwoo looking to take down Andil, and he does successfully do that, but he'll sacrifice himself for it.
Top laner for support on a fight like this. I'm not sure if that's the trade he was looking for. ShowMaker has to save this.
I mean, Andil is very important, though, for DRX. Otherwise, they don't have very much engage. So maybe that's going to be enough to give DK the confidence. I think without the Jace, though, can get problematic. But Slicing Maelstrom's back up. Rich has Flash. He could win the game for them right here. Shockwave connects onto Lucid. He does still have the public execution. As in goes ShowMaker, and he looks for the angle. He gets on top of Jiwoo. The public execution is there as well, and the curtains, they have been called for DRX, but 2 are already down. And without Lucid and ShowMaker, DK have no way of winning a fight, as it's almost the Drake take there from the Deadly Flourish, but it does not come through. So a 1 for 3, and DRX can do no wrong.
ShowMaker spent a lot of time in side lanes. I think he's going to have to continue to do so, but they will have to show up for this next Dragon 100%.
And this is the thing that's a little bit scary, because this could mean a lot for DK, as Lucid's just dead again. Willer is going to turn that into another one onto ShowMaker here at the same time. He tries to shift the sands as Siwoo. Just one more auto and he's going to be going down, but ShowMaker's dead on the other side of the map, and DK are falling apart at the seams.
Jiwoo could maybe have an angle here. Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Rich is not even going to flash for the kill. He's like, taking this win, getting your flash is more valuable. They're going to take Baron on the top side. Everyone rotated bottom side trying to bail out the Jace, but there's nothing bottom side. This is just a free Baron. Yeah. DRX are running circles around Dplus right now.
Wait.
And he does die to minions.
Did he die to a minion? Is that what happened?
There's, I guess that's the only explanation. He was
Rich doesn't have an extra kill, right? So,
yeah.
Okay. Right, you know, the underdog buff. Is this DRX, they just punch harder than you expect. And DK are the team that are just, yeah, they often get caught by teams like that. As Tempered Fate goes wide, Deadly Flourish gets flashed, and Rich going to keep himself alive. Siwoo in a lot of trouble, as he's going to have to get out of there. Andil probably not wanting to go for that one, as he is taking a lot of damage from ShowMaker. As DRX looking to push in with this Baron buff and make it work. 3,000 gold on the Red Bull Baron power play already, putting them at a 6.2k gold lead. DRX, like, I mean, they are just off to the races in this game. It's all right. Let's see whether they can find it. As there is the public execution, but the CC is there, and the Ambessa goes down.
Way too early for the TP flank. Let's see if he can get anything with the
Also, what is a flanking Jace going to do anyway? As Empress Divide comes on through, and ShowMaker immediately goes down. She was knocked out of the sky, and DRX is moving forward like a freight train. Smash likely to go down next, as Willow looks for the angle. Wind becomes lightning. He's going to go wide, so that spells the end of that. But it is only Smash left alive. The base is going to be broken, and DRX are on the road to doing it again.
Yeah, this is a great start for them here. Ucal, a little bit less great on this one.
Like the amount of dying to minions this game is much higher than it should have been.
Yeah, I at least twice. It's very silly, it's very funny, but DRX I think are going to laugh about it.
I have the feedback for him to avoid that happening though, and that is, don't back under the enemy turret.
He thought the minions were going to cover it. Late game is here. We talk about Jace Shock Blast warping objectives, but if they can't even get halfway to the Baron, what does it mean? What does it matter?
Well, I mean, they have to try. And there is Rich finding the angle onto ShowMaker. The shockwave connects onto Korea, but ShowMaker does flash his way out of there. Siwoo now getting ulted by Andil, but the knockup collects Korea on the way through, and the Jace is separated and destroyed. A double kill just casually there for Jiwoo, and they'll just saunter back towards the Baron to take it down with ease.
This is looking very different than the last time these two teams matched up against each other. ShowMaker down flash now. Baron is going to, you have to think, guaranteed. Yeah, he just doesn't want to die.
He really likes Bruiser Corky, doesn't he? But he's taken it, I feel, an extra step with the Randuin's purchase. It's kind of cute, but don't know about it.
No, I mean, the Jace and the Ambessa can't hurt him now, basically.
Yeah, and I guess he just, like, presses the Randuin's button and Valkyrie's, and then they can't get up to him. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, all right. Well, he's also got a Mountain Soul, so it's only going to get amplified as well. So I kind of like that as well. A situational purchase, as the anchor is going to go wide. Jiwoo is walking a little too fast there for Andil, as just stands in it, does Rich, as he's very happy to be Tempered Fated. He will get held in position, though, and it's Smash that's able to lock down that kill now.
Lucid
the curtains are being called. Let's see whether Lucid can actually find this. There's a couple more bullets left in the chamber. Deadly Flourish connects, as they do have Andil, and they avoid the anchor. But now Willa goes in, and we will have to find out whether Willa can actually die. Goes down to the GA to start us off. As the engaged Corky comes in, the Shockwave is going to come through as well, and all the damage is melting. Jiwoo just doesn't take damage. And the concrete binding is actually fantastic, but Lucid, he cannot outfight this. And Andil comes forward. Is that going to be the Quadri? Yes, it is. And down goes the Nexus.